So guys, we have created our part schematic, connected it in a circuit, created the netlist, we created the pads, identified the directories, created the footprints. The last step is to design the circuit or design the layout for the circuit, which is your actual board. It should be pretty ready by now. We start PCB editor, and then we select open. This is our OrCAD video lecture directory, and we go into Allegro. We select here board, and this is the board that we created earlier, Arduino, and just double click it. So now this board is open. Where are the parts? Here they are. If you select place manually, so these are your two parts, and you can click here, and once you click, you can see that the part is attached to your mouse, to your pointer now. So click. Here you have the first part, and then the second part. Click, and there you go. You have to press OK, so these parts stay here. So now here are the parts, and you can see that these are the blue lines are called rat nets, and these are how they are connected to each other. By selecting placement edit, you can click here and then click on the part, and it should be ready to move wherever you like. So for example, if we want to place them like this, it should be fine. So now we need to make these lines between, which are the actual, which is called routing, and these are the lines that actually connect the pins to each other. Since we use the default board, the settings should already be there, but if you want to look at the settings, you can go into constraints and constraint manager, and in the physical all layers, you should be able to see that the line width, minimum line width, is 0.3 millimeters, which is what we want. There is one thing that you need to set here, which is the via. The default via is set like this one, via, but we want to change that, and if your directory is properly added, you should be able to, if we scroll down here, I will show you again how you come here. In the constraint manager, physical, all layers, and then you scroll and double click on via, or single click on via, and this should open, and then you scroll down, and in the default PCB folder we have this via. I can show it to you here. Let's see, OrCAD video lecture. So you have this via, and you can copy this into your main directory via circle 1.2 0.8, and yeah, we have to click here again because it should be updated. So now you should be able to see this one, via circle 1.2 millimeters, and if you double click, it will be added here, and then if you click here, you have to move it up. So this is the via that we are going to use in our design. So by default it will always be selected. So make sure that you do this before starting your design. Okay, so make sure that this via is the top selected via. Alright, so now we start routing. Simply click here, Etch Edit, and if we zoom in and click on this rat nest, you can see now it has turned into this green line, which is the actual copper line that you will draw between pins. But this is green at the moment, which is the top layer, and you want to route in the bottom layer. So first we need to right click, change active layer, bottom. Now it's red, it's bottom, and you simply click on this pin and the connection is made. Same thing, click. Now it's automatically red, which is what you want. So by doing so, we can make connections between the pins. Alright, so let's do this one. We go here, click, go, try to leave enough space between the pins. So click, click here. Similarly, click here, click. Thanks. So you can see that we want to connect these two pins, but their paths are crossing. So we need to jump over this wire here. So how we do that? We do like this, click, right click, add via. Okay, and now you can see that the line is green. So this is the top layer now, and you can click again, right click, add via. So by adding a small jumper on the top layer over this wire, you will be able to connect these wires together. And you can also click and move them so they don't go too close to each other. For beginners, it's important that you leave enough space between the wires and the pads so they don't short circuit with each other. So make sure that you have ample space so you do not accidentally do short circuits. For beginners, I do not recommend to go through wires, go between pins, but you can do that. You can see here that you can go between a pin and connect. So for these connections, you can either go do like I would try to connect this using a jumper. So click, right click, add via, the green. So click here, right click, add via. Now it's red again, and like so. So there is a large jumper here that you will need to put on the top. So the component goes on the top and the routing is on the bottom layer. Alright, so we have two more pins remaining. this one, maybe we can go between the pin here. This is too close. Try to move it a bit farther away, like so. If you want to delete a connection like this one, click on delete, this crosshair, and then here on the net you want to delete, right click, done. So now it's gone. And I will do it once again. There you go. So just trying to make it cleaner so that it's farthest away from the points. All right, the cleaner you design your board here, the easiest it would be for you to manufacture at the later stage. So something similar here. Yeah. And in order to connect these two pins, I mean, I can either go through these pins here, or I can use a jumper. So what I would do is I would use a jumper, just to show you that you can use jumpers here. Click, right click, add via. You can see it moves the wire, so you don't need to worry about disconnecting to the wire. So again, click, right click, add via, and then here, click. So this will require two vias to get connected. So we click here, right click, add via, and go up to this point, right click, add via, and then connect the points. So you will need the jumper at 2 points here, and we just move this, click here and move this wire away so there is enough space here. And also just click and move, click and move, click and move. So something like this. Now you can see that we have our whole board routed. This is called a fully routed board, and you can check that by going into setup and display and status. So these should be all green. Unplaced symbols 0, unrouted nets 0, unrouted connections 0. So now your board is ready for manufacturing with 2 Arduinos connected in this way. Alright,